think we can say that was Guy Ritchie's fourth best movie ever. Unfortunately, he had only made 3 good movies before this.
Well, that was a movie.
Hello and welcome back to Simon's Rants. I'm Simon, and today I'm giving my first thoughts on The Gentleman, which was written and directed by Guy Ritchie and starring Matthew McConaughey. Now, Guy Ritchie is obviously known more as a style over substance director. He's got a very distinct style, but for a while he's kind of strayed away from that style, and people haven't really liked his recent movies. But my point is this: he's a very talented director. He's got a very unique style that's very flashy and very interesting, but he often has a hard time making good movies with that good style. When it works great. When it doesn't work, it feels like a discount Tarantino. Like a Walmart Tarantino, like it's bad. And honestly, that's how a big portion of this movie felt too. There was some really bad dialogue in this movie that was trying to be cool and quirky, but just was lame and cringy. It was bad. Lines like, unlike the salt and the pepper, it's not on the table. Or, when the silverback has more silver than back, you must move on before you get moved on. Good. So anyway, in case you don't know what this movie is about, I'll let you know. It's a little bit convoluted, but here's the short version. A gangster is trying to blackmail a drug dealer. Yeah, that's actually the whole plot. It felt like a lot more than that, but that's it. And that is another trope of Guy Ritchie, is he has very, 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 very simple plots that he tells in very, very, very convoluted, confusing ways because it makes it look smarter and more intelligent. And this movie isn't really smart or intelligent, but this movie has so many moving parts and so many subplots that it could trick you into thinking that this movie's actually smart. But it's not. It's a very simple movie. It's just got a bunch of distractions all waving at you. Now, that's not to say this movie is bad. It's got a lot of bad things in it, but it's got a lot of really fun things in it too. A lot of people have said that this is Guy Ritchie's return to form, and that's half true for sure. Because like I said, half of this movie is kind of garbage. There's a lot of stupid dialogue, there's a lot of stupid stuff that doesn't make sense, and it's an overcomplicated plot. But when this movie doesn't care about the plot, when this movie doesn't care about people talking, when this movie is just stylized violence and action, it is so damn entertaining. This is one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen, specifically the second half. It's so over the top and crazy and exciting, and the style that Guy Ritchie brings to it makes it so interesting. His style doesn't work throughout the entire film. Like, there's a lot of exposition dump at the beginning of the film, and you think that people talking fast and quick edits is gonna make it interesting, but it doesn't. It's still boring, and it's still exposition. But after the plot has been established, and we just get to see it unravel before us, that's when it gets really, really good. Now, it is intermixed with a bunch of comedy that only hits about 50% of the time, and when it doesn't hit, it feels like a bad Tarantino script, but when it does hit, it's hilarious. So if this movie is really half bad and half good, then why the hell do my notes say that is a 7 out of 10? I had so much damn fun watching this movie. Yes, I know, there was some really bad moments in this movie, but there was a lot of really good moments too. The acting is phenomenal. When it's funny, it's hilarious. And the fast-talking British dialogue is amazing when it's not cringy and over the top. I guess it's always kind of over the top, but sometimes it's over the top in an entertaining way, and sometimes it's just really bad. There's a lot of weird stuff, but you kind of roll with the punches to get to the good stuff. And yeah, at the end of the day, you may be rolling your eyes as often as you're enjoying what you're watching. I think you'll end up remembering more the parts that you enjoyed in this movie rather than remembering the parts you didn't. Even if Guy Ritchie apparently watched that one episode of Black Mirror. You know which one I'm talking about. And yes, there were a bunch of unnecessary stylistic choices in this movie. Like the fact that most of this movie is being told from the perspective of somebody who's writing a script. And so sometimes things get changed and then retold. That didn't need to happen, but it was entertaining. So I certainly can't put this in the same category as Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. And it's not even quite as good as Sherlock Holmes. But this is definitely the most fun I've had watching a Guy Ritchie movie for the past decade. Whew. It's not highbrow. It's nothing that amazing, but man, is it entertaining. It's almost like the same category as like The Kingsman or Kick-Ass. It's like that same subgenre of stylized violence movies that don't really have anything going for it other than the stylized violence, but you're entertained by that stylized violence. And then also you throw in Matthew McConaughey and a bunch of other really good actors, like Colin Farrell. I haven't even mentioned him yet, and he's the best damn thing about this movie. Even better than the British rap music videos that are in this movie. What, you may be asking? I'm not gonna tell you. Nope. I'm not giving you any more information than that. You just gotta watch it and find out. So yeah, like I said, it's not a great movie. It's not a highbrow movie. It's not any kind of Oscar-worthy movie in any category other than maybe like I don't know, maybe visual effects? Although, there was some of the worst fake puke I've ever seen ever in any movie, period. But this also might be the most entertaining movie I've seen this year. It was just really fun. It was nothing thought-provoking that I'm going to be thinking about a week from now, but in the moment, my brain was happy. I watched the screen, and I smiled, and I laughed. I also rolled my eyes a bunch and cringed a bunch, but I put up with it, and I'm glad I did because I enjoyed the entirety of it. So, is Guy Ritchie back? Yeah, I guess so. It's certainly better than anything he's done in a while. It was better than Aladdin. Is Guy Ritchie a top 10 director of all time? No, he's really not. He's not a great screenplay writer either. But when all the pieces line up right, he can make a pretty entertaining movie. But anyway, that's what I thought. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and of course, don't forget to like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.